The White House is preparing for what it calls a broad crackdown on liberal groups, a move that has already sparked nationwide controversy. President Donald Trump and his top advisors announced that they are ready to use the full power of the federal government to punish what they describe as a network of left-wing organizations that fund or incite violence. This announcement comes in the wake of the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who was shot last week in Utah. Investigators are still working to determine the motive, but Utah's Republican Governor Spencer Cox has said the suspect held leftist views and acted alone. Despite this, Trump and his allies are suggesting that the suspect was part of a larger, coordinated effort by the left to spread violence against conservatives. So far, no evidence of such a network has been provided. The president has floated the idea of designating certain far-left groups, including anti-fascist activists known as Antifa, as domestic terrorists. He has also spoken with Attorney General Pam Bondi about pursuing racketeering charges against people accused of funding political protests. However, Trump did not identify exactly who or which organizations would be targeted. This plan raises major legal and constitutional questions. Critics argue that such a move could easily blur the line between cracking down on violence and suppressing free speech. Democrats, including Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut, have warned that the Trump administration may be using Kirk's murder as an excuse to attack dissent rather than just violent extremism. Representative Greg Casar of Texas highlighted that political violence has not been limited to one party. He cited other recent tragedies, including the attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband, the killing of Democratic state lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband, and, of course, the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. His message was clear. No side has a monopoly on violence, and no president should use a tragedy as political cover. Meanwhile, two senior administration officials revealed that federal agencies are already working to identify liberal nonprofits and organizations that could be accused of funding or supporting violent activity. One option being considered is stripping tax-exempt status from nonprofits that oppose the president or conservative policies. Top advisors, including Stephen Miller, went further, promising to use every tool available at the Justice Department and Homeland Security to, in their words, eliminate and destroy what they describe as a dangerous far-left network. Vice President J.D. Vance, speaking from the White House, also placed most of the blame for political violence squarely on what he called a radical left minority. But national security experts have cautioned that political violence in America does not come from one side alone. A 2025 report from the Department of Homeland Security concluded that extremists are motivated by a wide range of ideologies, including conspiracy theories, anti-government beliefs, and personal grievances. Juliette Kayyem, a former Homeland Security official, warned that labeling violence as left or right oversimplifies a complex threat. Still, many Republican lawmakers have seized on Kirk's death as proof that liberal groups must be punished. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene even went so far as to suggest a peaceful national divorce, claiming that millions on the left were celebrating Kirk's death. Other Republicans, including Representatives Derek Von Orden and Nancy Mace, have called for schools, businesses, and individuals who criticized Kirk to face severe consequences. As the situation unfolds, one central question remains: is this about fighting violence or about silencing opposition? The coming weeks will reveal whether the administration's plans can withstand constitutional challenges and whether they truly target threats or instead deepen America's political divide. This is InsightPulse. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for more updates on stories that shape America's political landscape.